Good evening, I'm Vincent Makori. This is Africa 54. At this hour, Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is at the White House meeting with President Barack Obama. President Sirleaf is on her first trip to Washington since her country declared a state of emergency over the Ebola outbreak last July. Mrs. Sirleaf has acknowledged the difference American involvement has made in the fight against the deadly virus. VOA's Mariama Diallo tells us more.
7 months after the Ebola outbreak turned Liberia upside down, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came to say thanks to a country she says did so much.
You did not run from Liberia. With many of our global challenges, America stood up, and America stood with us.
Late last year, the Ebola-stricken nations of Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea saw about 800 new cases a week. Of those afflicted by the deadly virus, Liberia, where about 4,000 people have died, is seen as the most advanced in curbing the disease's spread. Earlier this month, children lined up again to go back to school, and borders between the neighboring countries reopened. But President Sirleaf says as her country celebrates success, the fight is not over.
We are transitioning from treatment to prevention with the support of over 100 partners from 26 countries. Liberia's only 218 medical doctors and 5,234 nurses to serve a population of 4.3 million. And we know that these facts will not change overnight.
U.S. Senator Chris Coons, who invited President Sirleaf to speak at the U.S. Senate offices, visited Liberia during the height of the outbreak.
One of the hardest things for leaders to do is to ask for help. They tend to think doing so is a sign of weakness. But the truth is, what it really signals is dedication and strength.
As Liberia and neighboring countries see progress, President Barack Obama recently said most of the 3,000 troops deployed to West Africa to help contain Ebola will be back in the U.S. by the end of April. But he's not yet declaring it mission accomplished until the virus is extinguished.
Our focus now is getting to zero. Because as long as there's even one case of Ebola that's active out there, risks still exist. Every case is an ember that, if not contained, can light a new fire.
This week, the United Nations called for more funding support for the next phase of bringing the number of cases down to zero.
One of the biggest risks we face right now is that new financing for this response is falling faster than the new cases.
And as long as the virus is there, he says, it can spread and escalate. In Washington, Mariama Diallo, VOA News.
Well, for more on what President Sirleaf's visit means to the people of Liberia, joining us on the phone from Monrovia, Liberia, is Anthony Stephens, news editor at Power TV. Anthony, welcome to Africa 54. Now, President Sirleaf has been to Washington before, but how significant is this particular trip?
Well, this visit is very significant for the country. There are mixed reactions back home to this visit. Some Liberians, particularly government officials, feel that this visit is important because it will help to bring the country back on course. Liberia, was devastated by the Ebola outbreak, and the president is going to ensure through that visit in the talks with U.S. President Barack Obama to ensure that things get back on track, things get back on course. There are other Liberians, however, who hold to the view that the president is using this visit as a grandstand. She's using this visit to remake herself because prior to the Ebola outbreak, there were a lot of things that were not going on properly in Liberia. The economy was crumbling. Even some opposition politicians were calling for a resignation. So they do hold the view, those in the opposition bloc, they do hold the view that the president is using this visit to remake herself.
Now, in terms of what the Liberian people expect out of this trip, what do they want to see more coming from the United States, despite the fact that the President of the United States has said most of the troops that were sent there will be coming back?
Well, first, the troops' presence has been very significant for the Ebola fight. Though they were not visibly seen in the streets, they helped to build some ETUs. They collaborated with the armed forces of Liberia in engaging in some citizen-driven initiative. They also were able to train some healthcare workers. Liberians really expect that this visit will help the country to get back on course. Principally, the economy was really ravaged by the Ebola outbreak, and the healthcare system also. There are a lot of Liberians who hold the view back home that this visit can help to ensure that the health system is resuscitated. The country's premier hospital, the JFK, has been lying in shambles. Even before the Ebola outbreak, the JFK was like a white elephant, and the Ebola outbreak worsened the situation. So it really paralyzed the entire country healthcare system, the Ebola outbreak. So many Liberians are hoping that it is not only that the economy will be revitalized or resuscitated, they are also hoping that the healthcare system will be revitalized.
Okay. Anthony, thank you very much. Anthony Stephens is a news editor at Power TV in Monrovia, Liberia. Still